Actually have to consider Gnimsh one of the alpha players. I'm not sure if he actually played in the alpha. However, he has been playing Hearthstone since probably the day he got possibly got his hands on it.
Yeah.
And since then, he has been like a driving force in the Hearthstone scene, going to ESGN Fight Night.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's been far and removed from this. I mean, he's always on the fringe of the Hearthstone community. He's always there, training and practicing with people. But we haven't seen him too much recently. At least I haven't too much. He's really quiet. It feels like the shadow in the Hearthstone.
He seems very much in the background of a lot of what goes
Yeah.
on in the Hearthstone scene. He does a lot of live events throughout Europe. I know he goes on a big tour through many, many tournaments, but a lot of the European tournaments seem to have not been streamed on Twitch recently. So I think that's why we might have not seen him all that much in the past few weeks.
This, sir, might be a true fact. All right, so so we were okay. So Chair versus Gnimsh. This is gonna be a really tough matchup. The Chair has amazing APM. I don't know how Gnimsh will come back from that. Where's Amaz? Where
I'm not
exactly?
sure.
All right, well that's no
He's paying
problem.
off Ragnaros real quick.
Gnimsh is sleeping. Wow, Chair versus Sleepy Man. This is gonna be a good game. Really, Amaz was sleeping. Well, that explains
So
everything.
uh, here's a real question. If you were
Go.
Gnimsh, would you ban Amaz's priest?
The thing is, it really depends on what kind. The thing, does he know what deck Amaz is running? Because if he's been watching the other, the previous rounds of this tournament, then he probably is aware of what kind of priest Amaz is running. And as far as I'm aware, that specific kind of priest is a lot more standard than some of the new death rattle shenanigans that we've seen popping up all over the place. Um, and I don't know that I would ban it because you could have decks that have decent matchup. But I haven't looked at Amaz's specific deck list. If he runs two Shadow Word Deaths, then if you're planning on using Handlock, then maybe you don't want that to happen. Could be a
Would
really tricky situation with Mind Control as well.
would you go as far from Amaz's perspective as to switch your priest archetype from the round of 16 to the round of 8? Keep in mind that these players did have the opportunity to switch any decks they wanted to
They
between these
did.
between the group stages and the bracket stage. Yes, they
Oh,
did.
this is tricky. But I mean, look at Hunter. Come on, can you really justify not banning Hunter? Think about it. It seems so far-fetched to me that somebody would not. Uh, would you ban Priest over Hunter? It depends. Is Amaz's Hunter just an aggressive version or more mid-range with more late game? What is it?
I I actually think, based off on Gnimsh's classes, though, that he will probably go ahead and ban Hunter. The reason
Yeah.
being is he does have a mage, which I really can't think of a mage that beats Hunter unless you're running
Yeah.
Wolf Riders and just it's a straight up face mage. Warlock would most likely be handlock in this type of meta.
And Hunter says hello. Hunter's
Exactly. And
smart.
then Warrior. What kind of warrior do you think Gnimsh is running? Do you think it's a basic control or do you think it's more on the heavy light side?
What I'm hoping for is a control warrior with one gore howl and one death bite. Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh. Well, yeah. Then again, wait, what?
huh?
Well. He is running paladin, which actually has a pretty good matchup against Hunter. At least a better matchup than some other classes. I wouldn't go as far as saying a good one. And if the priest can establish some kind of solid board position early on, it can actually compete with the hunter to an extent. So I do understand Amaz's choice here. After all, I was gonna
I
say that I didn't, but now I do.
Yeah, I think I completely understand why he did that. Priest has a very good matchup against Hunter, especially if you're
Hmm.
playing the Death Rattle version.
Yeah, he's
Um,
using paladin as well.
However, if he knows Gnimsh is banning his Hunter, he has nothing to deal with Handlock. Unless his Paladin is running one or even two big game Hunter,
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty sure
Sludge
Handlock has a
Belcher.
major advantage against Paladin, so
Yeah, I
I
mean
think
it
that's what Amaz is really
depends.
worried about.
The old handlock had a pretty hard time against paladin, but since the addition of sludge belchers being added in that archetype, it's been a nightmare for pallies. It's been really problematic. They can never clear the board fully. So I can kind of see why Amaz would ban handlock. He's got a pretty good matchup again, a pretty good lineup against Hunter at least.
hmm Now, what do you think each player will start off with? I can tell you right away that Amaz will not start off with Priest. The reason being is he is going to rely on that deck to beat the Hunter. I mean, yes, his Paladin does probably have a decent matchup against it, But
Well,
if he loses his priest in the early rounds, he
yeah.
might be stuck against Hunter Sweep from there on out.
But Paladin is very strong against the three decks right now, as far as I know. I don't know if he's running Lay on Hands and whatnot, or One Holy Light. Oh, right, and he starts with Priest.
Oh, he
Well, you,
does start with priest, proving me wrong.
yeah, Dart Light, Twitch, say it. So apparently Dart Light. Well, okay, and Control Warrior, seemingly, I would assume. I mean, I don't see the class, but I do see the Unstable Ghoul, and my assumption goes to Control Warrior, in before it's Hunter, and I just mess this entire thing up.
Now, here's
Ah, there it is.
a question that I have yet to figure out. Who
Mm-hmm.
has advantage, priest or warrior?
I say
This has been a
Priest.
long-standing debate on what's been happening in the current meta.
With mind control, priest, eyes closed. At least unless the warrior is running even more late game legendaries. Um, yeah, especially
I,
yeah, sludge
you
belchers
say that with
make this
mind
so much
control,
better.
but in my experience, I still think a well-played warrior will beat a well-played priest.
It'll be a huge disagreement. It's been one of my best matchups with the Cabal Shadow Priest stealing Armor Smiths, Acolyte of Pain, Mind Control, Shadow of Death everywhere. And yeah, Dark Cult to start for Amaz here, which is actually going to be a bit tricky because he's going to have to use the Cruel Taskmaster and the Fiery War Axe to get rid of that. Because I don't think you shield slam that ever. Doesn't make sense,
Um,
right? Am I mistaken here? Do you
yeah,
keep
I
Cruel
think
Task?
their cruel task weapon is good right now, but I say we make a little make some fun out of this. I'm gonna root for Gnimsh, you root for Amaz. Put our money on the warrior, you put your money on the priest, and we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
I do put my money on the Priest. I love that class. What are you talking about? Gotta stay loyal. Yeah,
I must have little Kit Kats in me. I always root for the warrior.
yeah. I always root for the Armor Smith to blow up and die in shreds. I hate that thing with a
Let me guess,
passion.
you love stealing with Cabal Shadow Priest,
Oh,
though.
yes, I do. Especially when I thought still shield slam, I'm like, take that, take some of your own medicine. All right, so Dark Cultist is dead. The damned indeed. Huh, do you coin out the Sludge Belcher? Do 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 do.
Um, he doesn't have any other options, but the issue with that is he has no follow-up play.
Yeah, because he surrenders the Cabal Shadow Priest by doing so. I think it's not worth it, but
He
uh,
just had no other play. I think it was necessary. It will get
you,
wiped out the field most likely. The only thing I would have been worried about from in Amaz's perspective is the possible shield block shield slam. That would have given Gnimsh a huge early lead.
yeah. Oh, played and it's kind of annoying for Amaz because he just surrendered the coin off the Acolyte. I mean, for the Sludge Belcher, which means he can't play the Cabal Shadow Priest next turn. But the reason I think he plays Sludge Belcher here is just to have a target for the Northshire Cleric heal, possibly, if Gnimsh decides not to go ahead and kill it entirely. There's still a possibility that he doesn't and lets the Sludge Belcher kill off the Ghoul. I'd
Now I
be
like
interested
this
to
heads.
see.
I really like this heads up play from Gnimsh, knowing that Amaz just used the coin. He doesn't have the opportunity to Cabal Shadow Priest just yet,
Yep.
so he will almost for sure get that draw off that Acolyte of Pain.
And a lot of value out of it as well. It's incredible,
Mhm.
actually. The heal plus Circle of Healing as well, if he ever wanted to. Although you probably will keep that for later. He's got the Arcanine now. Hello. Oh, this is very
Do you
good
see
for
the Cleric
Maz.
Circle of Healing?
Yeah, I do it. I do and see it. Makes a lot of sense. Oh,
I
three
don't know.
cards for Amaz here.
Giving that Acolyte of Pain more health and just another opportunity.
Yeah, to steal it. Haha, the longer it's there, the faster you can steal it.
That's true.
Have you not played Priest? Oh, God. Loot Hoarder. Wait, what?
Wow. He is
Huh?
playing a more aggro version. I wouldn't be surprised to see Undertaker in this deck.
Well, Holy Nova and that version generally forsakes some form. I mean, I'm not sure what he sacrificed for that.
With the Ysera and the Mind Control, I think he's running the deck that Brian Kibler actually used to get top 10 legend.
I haven't seen that deck. I can't really speak of it. I know that Ysera has been really useful right now in
You
the.
haven't seen Brian Kibler
No, I
priest
haven't
deck?
seen Burger King's deck. No, I haven't seen it. Oh, the Black Knight actually being a Black Knight. That's pretty legit. Oh, good lord.
Ooh,
So
heads up play
Amaz's
by
board.
Gnimsh to attack the Loot Hoarder, giving a not the most effective Cabal Shadow Priest in this instance. And
Undertaker.
there
Hello.
is the Undertaker. I
You were
think
right.
this is Brian Kibler's priest deck that he recently took to top 10 legend.
But how? Why? I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay.
This
So do you?
is,
What do you do here? Okay, let's picture
I
that. Do you
think,
just
yeah,
play?
Sylvanas.
Is that obvious?
There was no other play that would have
Made you happy?
warranted anything else. I mean,
So a 3 for 1 in this case.
exactly. It's a board clear. And unfortunately, we don't know if Gnimsh is actually running a silence, but this will clear the board from what he has.
Yeah. I guess if Amaz had a little bit more damage, he could have Nova'd, but because I mean, you rarely
I
ever find good situation to Nova against a warrior, so I
mhm.
like to get rid of it very fast if I can. Whereas Sylvanas is one of the best cards, I'd say. Um, but then again, he's running Ysera, so maybe he's not too worried about losing value off the. Oh, that's intriguing, actually. Whoa, what?
Huh. Giving him the 2-1?
That's why? Why is there a
I don't
reason
know.
for
There,
this?
there was absolutely no reason to do that.
I can't think of one. He could have sacrificed the 2-1 first, and then the. Well, all right, let's assume it's a misplay in that case.
That
Um,
had to have been a misplay.
yeah, it has to
But
have been. I couldn't imagine it not being. Okay, so the
so
Undertaker comes out.
what do you do in Amaz's position with that Karen out? Obviously, I'm sure you know Karen is very difficult to deal with as a
Yeah,
priest
everything with
player.
4 attack is absolutely nightmarish. Yeah, I mean, his Sylvanas is out now, so I guess you'll eventually just have to. Because the thing is, you'll eventually want to sacrifice the zombie chows, ideally with the Arcanine Soul Priest, so as to get a little bit of extra damage, which matters a lot in those games that end up very often in Fatigue Wars. Um, Now, Amaz has the mind control and Ysera, so he's got a pretty good late game by virtue of just having the other player's stuff. But the BGH from Gnimsh could take care of that as well. I'm really curious where that game's going to go in the very end.
Now, there
Because
is
this
one thing I would
tournament,
like to point out.
go ahead.
Lotheb, many people really don't think about this, actually decrease the value of Cairn. The reason for that is when you play Lotheb, your opponent, if they have Cairn in hand, usually pop it down.
Yeah,
Lotheb alone takes off half of Cairn just for a 5 drop, because obviously the 5/6 drop order, and then
yeah.
still has a body to deal with. So Lotheb in the deck is not only to beat Miracle Rogue to kind of freeze your opponent's turn, but it does kind of act as a counter to slower control decks that run Cairn.
And the Sludge Belcher as well. Both are, I would say, hard countered by Lotheb in a way.
Mm-hmm.
She really aggravates the Sludge Belcher. Yeah,
Oh, and
she's very,
Amaz
very.
draws his
Wow.
own Cairn right here.
Now that.
But he
Oh,
decides to cabal. I think this is really leading into a brawl.
I can
I'm
see. I
not
can
sure
see
he's playing
Gnimsh.
around it enough.
Yeah, he might get punished hard, but then again, look at his follow-ups. I mean, Cairn Bloodhoof is really nice. Ysera is really nice. He's got a perfect curve for the next 2 turns with Cairn
Mm-hmm.
into Ysera into Mind Control. If everything goes wrong, even with a brawl, it's still okay,
And
in a way.
without an execute, that Ysera is going to be huge for Amaz.
Exactly. But then again, it hasn't been drawn, but it could be at any point now. Um, although he's missing a bit of draw. Oh, Sylvanas come.
Ooh.
Wow, Cairn and Sylvanas and Grom and Ragnarok. That's a lot of threats to answer for. Um,
But again, here's the. I
yeah.
think playing Sylvanas now is better because it's harder to deal with a mind controlled Sylvanas than it is with some of the other threats, in
Yeah,
my
I
opinion.
I could see that Sylvanas coming out now. Possibly with the um he does not though. He decides to brawl and take his chances with this. The Armor Smith's gonna come out if we follow Kit Kat's obvious thoughts on this. No,
No.
no, no, no.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Kit Kats was right.
What? You've
That's
got to
not
be
really
kidding me.
okay.
Did this really occur?
You will never hear me say this. Kit
What?
Kats was right.
How's this? I refuse to believe this.
That is unbelievable.
Okay, well apparently the Armor Smith survived. So apparently it is a wow. So I can't. I don't know what to say.
Ah,
Unstable Ghoul here? I don't think that's such a good play. Does it accomplish anything, really?
I think it has to be armor pass, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would probably just armor. All right, well, he decides to go for the Ghoul. Does not really want a body for later purposes as far as damaging the entire board and maybe getting a good weakening effect on some stuff.
So you Sarah.
Now, no, I would not use Sarah here. I'd be too afraid of an execute. It's too obvious. Well, you don't know it because you don't see the hand, but I would be too afraid of an execute here a
Do you
lot of the
think it can
time.
option?
Yeah, I probably would go for Karen with possibly Zombie Chow, even just because. Um, yep, attack for the armor, then heal it up.
Yep. Oh, he actually opts to heal himself up here. So it turns out Amaz values 2 health on himself versus 1 arm. Oh, actually, that makes sense.
Versus Warrior, I could see that, yeah. Considering games last into forever.
But
Um,
Alex Straza would is less effective the lower health you are.
yeah, but it's still going to get used regardless, whether you're at
Oh, and it
20 or
still actually
30.
backs
So,
in. Okay.
yeah. So she just gets the extra armor. I thought he'd heal the armor smith, but I guess he knows that it's doomed due to the fact that Gnimsh has a 4/5 on the board, so that would have killed the armor smith full health anyway. So Gnimsh picks up an Acolyte of Pain and might sacrifice his ghoul in order to draw from it. But he does that after killing the poor armor smith, which is a good
So
play,
there's
of
one
course.
thing I'm actually hoping that Amaz sees. He really needs to play that Ysera before he plays Mind Control. The
Yeah,
reason
that's
for that
obvious.
is he hasn't seen a Sylvanas yet.
Yeah, yeah,
So
he
if
needs to
he
make sure that he
plays
doesn't.
exactly, if he plays his Mind Control and then throws down Ysera and a Sylvanas comes down, that alone could end the game for him. Oh,
It
but
definitely
Gnimsh
could.
actually throws down his own Sylvanas.
Wow,
So that's
peculiar.
again, I guess he doesn't realize that Amaz is running Mind Control in Ysera. So that does make a big difference.
I would take my be consider controlling Sylvanas here. It is a huge play. It forces her against the opponent. You can wipe the board with Zombie Chow and the Cairn. You basically clear the board. And then how does he deal with her? He can't use Death's Bite with the extra 1 damage. Does he execute her? If so, then Ysera stays alive.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mind Control and Sylvanas is the best target here,
It's absolutely insane, actually. It's yeah,
especially with Brawl out of the way here.
yeah. Unless he runs two, you're not really afraid of it. And who runs two brawls? That's kind of scary, actually. He must expect some kind of execute, though. He must think that Gnimsh has an execute in hand, has been holding it, and maybe is not willing to do that. I mean, the alternative would be to play something like a Knockin' Soul Priest here and sacrifice a Zombie Chow, so as to deal 5 damage to Gnimsh,
Hmm.
just to make sure you don't lose too much value on that play. So I could see that being a play. The problem is, as long as Sylvanas is on the board and your Karen's Death Rattle triggers first, um,
Oh,
then she can steal it.
he actually does opt to run that way.
Well, okay, so we know that Gnimsh cannot execute his own Sylvanas.
I don't know. Shield block, shield slam.
Yeah. Well, you could
Shield
just
block, shield
attack.
slam is such a driving force to be scared of that Sylvanas right here.
Ooh, Alex draws a value. So he could attack the Alchemy, then armor up, shield slam his own Sylv. Could you shield slam
Yeah,
your own
that could work
stuff? I don't
too.
even know if you can. I don't think you can.
Yes,
Can
you
you?
can. Yes, you
I
can. You can
completely
shield block your
forget.
own guy. It's not execute.
Yeah, right. That's right.
There it is. All right, Nibshaw, a really good play. And
Yeah.
finishing it off with a Sludge Belcher here.
Oh, this is not good. Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's a good draw for Amaz, though. That's a really good draw to equalize things a little bit. But I have to say, Gnimsh's hand is looking very, very threatening right now.
I think Amaz has one chance to win this. He has to play the Sarah right now, hoping
Just
Nimsh doesn't have an execute.
It's pretty all in, but what else are you gonna do at this point? Circle of Healing wouldn't even help. Like that's how useless the Alkanite feels right now. And we know that Gnimsh has Alex Straza, Ragnaros, Grom. She's got everything, and he does play the
And he
Ysera,
decides to do it. It's the all-in play.
and he picks up
Oh,
an Awakening. Ysera awakens, that is. Um, so tell me, what do you think is gonna happen next?
I have no idea.
Really? I don't know, man. I get a weird feeling Shield Slams and Groms are going to be involved. But he might just Alex Straza go face and try to end this as fast as possible.
Hmm.
And so he does. Well, now Star Awakens as a liability. Not so helpful after all. This is mildly problematic. Wow, that play here is putting Amaz on the ropes. Now he sees that Gnimsh either doesn't, well, probably doesn't have an execute because he would have probably smacked his Sludge Belcher into Ysera to then execute. Would have been a very easy play, but he
Oh, this
just
is
played
so
Alex
awkward.
Straza. It
This
really
is
is.
just so awkward.
You could, do you ever, oh, double Nova doesn't accomplish. Well, actually, you attack Sludge Belcher, you Nova. Oh, it does nothing. It does
No.
absolutely nothing.
Nova Belcher?
Nova Ysera. Okay, Nova attack the Belcher. Ysera awakens. No, that still doesn't do anything.
No.
Do you just Belcher? Do you Undertaker Belcher Alkanai? Like, what? What is it? Do you just flood this board?
I think his best chance to live right here now is Nova, run in your Sarah to kill off one part of the Belcher,
What
and
about
then play your
Ysera?
own.
What about Ysera awakens first, then Nova, then smack your Ysera into Alexstrasza?
But then that's 4 damage. Grom
Yeah,
kills you.
everything kills you at this point.
Oh, you're right.
Pretty much, no
Even
matter what you do. Do you mind control a sledge?
no, 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 that's not true. If you Nova Belcher, he won't be able.
Yeah,
No,
he
because then he could
will.
attack.
He has to mind control the Belcher, and he does. Yeah, he saw it. Oh, good lord.
Is this game
Amaz.
over?
Let me think. No shield slam, so I don't see it yet. Um, but
He's
it
got the
could be
shield
with a
slam that can activate
yeah.
it.
There it is. Well, he could armor up, shield slam, attack with Cairn, then fiery war axe the minion, then attack for 8. But he can't
Yeah, he
quite
can get him
finish off
for 8.
Amaz.
Ooh,
Attack
this
for 8.
is
No, he can. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. It's it's sad, but it's close to.
this is an exciting game to say the least.
Yeah. Well, then again, Amaz, what do you do with that hand? Akinai is almost dead because it doesn't allow you to heal yourself.
Hmm.
Double Nova is, with the 4 attack of Ysera, it's actually pretty relevant against 8 attack minions. So I
Yeah.
could see that being used.
Amaz was really looking for Dream. That would have really helped to pop up that Ysera or even the Karen if necessary.
Yeah, in mirror match control, the generally Dream is one of the biggest tempo swings. It's actually really, really strong. Whereas Ysera Awakens will be more relevant against something that's trying to flood the board against you, which is not the case here.
Yeah, this is. I don't even know what I would do in this position. I think I would do the 8 damage.
I try to kill him, yeah, get him as low as possible. That would, well, he does not do that. Okay.
Huh.
So we're looking at the Shield Slam armor up play. That could definitely happen. He
Oh,
attacks.
Ragnaros and run into the Ysera? No, no, no.
There's a 50%
He's going for the
lethal.
kill. Did he
Hey,
pay off
go!
Ragnaros more than Amaz?
No.
Nope.
You
I
can't.
mean,
Oh, wow.
oh,
Really? Really, Blizzard? You just did that? Really, Blizzard? Okay, fine. Whatever you say.
we all know Amaz pays off Ragnaros.
There's no way this would have happened otherwise, right?
Yeah, it's just not possible. It's
Yeah, it isn't.
it's too coincidental.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I'll have to ask him. I'll have to ask him, but I really don't believe it. So, if he Shadow or Death Ragnaros, is that even?
Does that help enough?
I don't know. Because, I mean, Karen comes back if it dies to some kind of Ysera Awakens play.
You can't use. Well, let me think. If he used Sarah Awakens himself,
He has to sludge. Like, he has to sludge.
yeah. So if he used Sarah Awakens, Sludge heals himself.
He can Cabal Shadow Priest, and yeah, that could do some. Yeah, actually, he could
No,
attack
not
Karen.
well. He would
He,
attack Cairn.
Ysera
Sarah
Awakens,
Awakens.
Shadow or Death Sludge. Yeah, that's all his mana
Shadow
pool. He's
Word.
on 1 health, and he prays.
Yep, that is his move. If Amaz wants to win this, he has to make that move.
Yeah, unless there's something else I'm not looking at right now, but that's all I can even. And I think he's about to do it.
I think he sees it.
He's
No,
it's
no. Oh
happening.
wait, is he doing it?
Yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, Ysera Awakens and Sludge. Bruh, excuse me, I'm taunting up. All right, so good luck, have fun, Amaz. You're on 1 health. It's good for him that Warriors have no real way to just go full face
Really
unless they play Moral
depends.
Strike. Well, how would he do it? Baron Geddon would work, I guess.
Baron Geddon would end it, but
That would be the funniest
based
win.
on this recent metagame, I highly doubt Gnimsh is running that card.
Yeah, and I mean, how does Amaz deal with the Grom here? Like, honestly, it's quite like armor up, shield slam, attack, Grom, enrage the Grom. A second Shadow Word Death would do it, but you probably don't even want to risk that at that point.
What would you think about armor up, shield slam, attack it, and rage the? Oh no, you can't even do that because you can't armor up.
Well, exactly. That's the issue. You're missing 1 mana for that play. Like, you can't do it. I guess he could use Grom straight up with Armor Smith.
I think that's his best option, partly because he does have the shield slam in hand. That will start to build up armor over time, which
Although,
could
quite
make
frankly, setting up a Death Bite wouldn't be half bad. Just to enrage Grom for free on the following turn. just to get a free 10 damage in, guaranteed. But he will not
Really
be able
throw
to do
down,
that, I believe.
and he does opt to shield slam here.
All right. Well, that wipes out the first layer of taunts, and Amaz will be on 3 health after the heal here, unless he goes double Holy Nova.
I don't. Is there any card? Has Amaz has used both of his Sludge Belchers, correct?
Yes, I believe he has. I could see a Northshire Cleric into Attack Armor Smith, into Nova once for draw, then heal yourself. That is a possibility. It puts him on 5 health, which is just out of range of Deathbite and Grom. Right? Northshire Cleric down, then you attack the Armor Smith with the Ooze. You Nova for the heal, which puts it back to 2 health. So theoretically, he could be able to live 1 turn and draw a card on the back of it. Or he could just double Nova and, you know, be on 5 health.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say this one more time. How can he live through this?
Northshire
Because
Cleric, and then he Novas. He attacks the Armor Smith with the Ooze for whatever reason, just to draw off the Northshire, because then he Novas, puts himself on
and then he
3.
needs his Argus,
No, then he just heals up, right?
but then he runs. Oh, because he can't activate his Grum just yet.
Yeah, it can't be in. Well, then again, he could. Oh, never mind. I think he'd be able to go through the Death's Bite plus Grom plus. Would that be enough? He needs to heal for how much? 7, right? Well, I think Amaz is going to do that anyway. It's the only chance he sees of living through the stuff that's already on the board.
Yeah, and now he has to heal himself, so that way the Death Spike doesn't kill him.
Yep. Oh, wow.
No, this is game.
This
Wait,
is
yeah,
well,
because
yeah, it's game
because
now. It's game
it's
now.
game
It's the only
over.
way. Yeah, game is over. GG. 2 4 damage
Good
sources.
game. And wait,
The
wait.
4
Does,
will be
does,
the death of
does
it.
Priest or Warrior win?
Um, dude,
Nim's
come
proving
on.
me right.
No,
Thank
no,
you,
no, no, no,
sir.
no, 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 no. If we could rematch. Oh, here
Even
comes the
with
execute.
even with the Sarah and mind control.
I don't buy this. Somebody is hoaxing this. This is not actually possible.
Thank you, Gnimsh. But really, that was actually an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Played perfectly, in my opinion, by both players.
I,
Amaz, the Priest Master, Gnimsh, I guess the Warrior Master now.
but I like Priest here. Why did Priest not win? This is not fair.
Warrior behind a good player. It's hard to beat.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the worst part is that Death Rattle Priest has a pretty good matchup. I think if Amaz had Mind Control, Sylvanas, things would have gone differently.
I actually do agree from that point.
Everything would have gone differently if Amaz had taken that Sylvanas. Anybody got time for games? You don't let that. Ugh, that sucks. All right. Well, too bad. One day I will get Amaz to beat your Control Warrior. It will be
So
done.
if you were Amaz, what would you choose? I think he's running Handlock, and he also has Paladin.
I'd go for Paladin, but that's just me. I
agree.
I believe they have a really good matchup against Control Warrior.
I was actually discussing this with Firebat the other day when I lost to Ekop when I had my Warrior against his Paladin. As long as the Paladin doesn't make a huge mistake, the Warrior has one chance to win. And that one chance is to get coin, first of all, save coin, and then do Sylvanas Brawl into stealing their Tyrion.
Tyrion Forging is because the thing is you waste your entire removal array thing, and eventually you run out of
damage to follow it.
Like it's the same problem you have with Sludge Belchers and Duplicates, right? Oh, wait, what class is this?
This is Paladin. Many Paladins.
Okay, yes, sorry, Zombie Chow. Yes, right.
Zombie Chow has actually fit into Paladin very well recently,
Yeah,
mainly due to the abundance of hunters.
Yeah, no, it's very, very strong actually. It's one of the best ways for Paladin has or had the problems with early tempo a little bit, and that settles it completely. The double Zombie Chow opening is very, very strong here. Wow, that's really nice actually. It's too bad the Fire War Axe says hello. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, I guess. Silverhand.
Yeah, I think I would just token over this.
Yeah, because Acolyte of Pain dies immediately and then doesn't really accomplish much. Yeah. All right, so Gnimsh picks up a Ragnaros, setting up for the late game. He doesn't kill the 1/1. He opts not to because he wants the armor, I would assume. Huh. What to do?
This is a little bit awkward for Amaz, but again, the armor that the Warrior builds up doesn't make that big of a difference. I'm actually surprised he didn't throw down the Zombie Chow there.
I guess he wants the warrior to exhaust his weapon, although I doubt that will be the case anytime soon. I guess he could force it to happen on a Lothab play. I could see that happening, although it's kind of awkward. Ooh, nice pickup
Ooh,
from Amaz
stampeding
right
him.
there. Yeah, Gnimsh is sure to rage about that one. It's not a Kodo! Swear to God. Anybody tell me it's a Kodo, I'll get back at you.
I actually have to disagree with what Amaz just did, though. Yes, using Kodo on any minion is huge value in this matchup. However, based on what he saw last game with how many big bombs that Gnimsh is running, I personally think he should have saved it for an Alder Peacekeeper combo for later game.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a super good option. But
Mhm.
maybe he's just hoping to get a massive equality board. I'd imagine he's already got the Wild Pyromancer. He needs one more piece of this little combo, so I could see him just waiting for that. But yes, I agree with you. I would probably try to hold on to it because I mean the
Mhm.
armor that, as you said, the warrior builds up is I wouldn't say irrelevant, but kind of irrelevant outside of the shield
It's not
slams.
losing one of your removables because let's say he does get rid of his Kodos, he only has the equality combo plus Sylvanas, so he really has three wipes on big minions. Yes,
Yeah,
you can Elder Peacekeeper on an 8/8 Alex Straza, but it's still a 1/8 body that you then have to deal with.
yeah, and your 1/1s are not very happy about that. Yeah,
It just
I,
becomes a
I see that.
token killer for 8 turns.
That's a nightmare. Actually, it's the reason Rogue has such an easy time. Whoa,
Mhm.
shield slam
Hmm.
on. I okay.
I'm not sure I agree with it, but
The
I don't see anything else he could have done.
Maybe he was expecting a Sludge Belcher and was preparing for a Black Knight Tempo swing and wanted to make sure the board was clean. Honestly,
That's
that's the only answer I could possibly see from this.
I
The only
actually agree with
reason.
that. I am a little bit surprised that Amos did not Lothab there. However, I
Death
think
Spine's gonna eat up
Lothab
that Acolyte.
I think Lothab there would have been enough of a tempo swing in Amaz's favor that could have set him up for, I guess, really good future turns. Because Gnimsh wouldn't have been able to weapon up and kill the Lothab on the first turn.
That's true. He didn't even have the execute, and yeah, that would actually would have made a lot of sense. Would have at least
Exactly.
dealt
So
5 damage.
I think what Amaz decided to do was okay, but I still think the Belcher would have paid off better in the long run.
I mean, Lothab, right?
Mhm.
Because he didn't have the Belcher that time.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. I'm
that's fair.
sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, no problem. Well, Amaz does eat up the last charge of the Death's Bite, which also makes its Harrison Jones executable. Now, the question is, I don't know if Gnimsh is going to be willing to waste, literally, in my mind, waste and execute on this. But he doesn't really have any other answer to it. No
Yeah.
weapons, two already gone.
I think he's forced to
Oh,
do it. This is one of the reasons that Paladin just has such advantage. They can most of their cards not only build a presence on the board, but have some kind of activators they come on. It
yeah.
forces your opponent into weird situations, making them use their big removal on stuff they don't want to use it on. Those little tokens just keep picking away at your opponent, putting them in situations that you just have no other choice but to throw away some of your cards.
Yeah, I could see that. They're very resilient. Like people still run Sunwalker and Sludge Belchers have been like the kings of value in this meta game since Naxxramas came out, and Paladins have incorporated them, and for good reason as well. Definitely makes sense. And now Gnimsh will have to do a Sunwalker after dealing with that Sludge Belcher, which is sure not going to make him happy. This looks to me like a brawl turn. I When else, right?
That's
Do you
true,
brawl?
but he doesn't have the coin, so he can't Sylvanas brawl. I think he has to. Um,
He could faceless Ethereum though. Then again, Iron Bikalis says hello in this
yeah.
case. Oh, that's kind of
No,
unfortunate.
one mistake that I've fallen in the trap of is in the Warrior Paladin matchup. You always feel like you can Alex Straza him and burst him down the next turn, but based on how Paladins usually build their decks with multiple heals, many taunts, I've come to realize that saving Alex Straza for yourself may actually be, I guess, more optimal.
Once their Ashbringer charges are down, then you just get
Exactly.
yourself a little bit more time. I could see that. That makes a lot of sense. Um,
And here's something funny I want to point out. Gnimsh
Go.
actually decided to not attack the 1/2 taunt, and that's the one that actually ended up living.
What do you mean not attack? When did he have a
with
weapon?
his Black Knight before brawling
Oh, yes. Oh,
because he would
wow.
rather that live than one of the bigger options.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Sunwalker had stayed alive, that would have been a disaster.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to take the chance. I mean, the odds were still in his favor, but oh, nice draw. Sludge Belcher here to contest the board a little bit. Or is he just going to
See,
Alex?
is he gonna? This is the
Whoa.
mistake that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Now it'll come
No.
down. This game will come down to a point where Amaz will literally like just overwhelm Gnimsh with damage, and where Alex would have been in a possibly good position to kind of pull him out of that, and he won't have it anymore.
And Holy
Meanwhile,
Light
that
is, yeah, this is tricky.
so that 15 health difference on the Paladin really does not have an effect versus what Alex could have had later.
It has absolutely no effect right now. Outside of direct damage combos, that does nothing because, as you
Hmm.
said, the lines of taunts just prevent Amaz from getting even touched. And the Holy Light makes it even worse because it just goes back up. Um, yeah, no lay on hands, use nothing. No pressure being applied from the warrior here, and it's not really a Gnimsh, like it's not really Gnimsh's fault. It's just the way that paladins operate against this
Exactly.
specific matchup.
And once again, Paladin just has such a big advantage on Warrior, almost no matter how you build the decks.
Yeah, it's like the old freeze mage versus control warrior auto loss.
Hmm.
It feels like that at times. Now, do you? I mean, you have to sludge belcher here, or I would
I think
assume
he has to Sylvanas and then hope and have the owl, which he has right in hand.
this is absolutely devastating. I don't know. The YOLO rag is real. Whoa. Okay. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to YOLO rag. Um. Wow. And the hits are real. Get down. All right. Well, that won't do it. Now, do you ever INBKL rag and then outdoor peacekeeper it for fun? Just because you
That would be
can.
funny. That's actually an
I
interesting concept. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of damage on the board right now. We're looking at a ton of damage coming from Amaz, but he could just really just use his minions like the Lotheb plus an Aldor hit, and that'll do it. Um, instead of just denying it forever.
A silence will make him another token killer.
There we go. But he's got no tokens. Anybody got tokens? Well, this is a really nice position for Amaz though. It's almost unrecoverable considering we're post brawl. It's gonna be very
Exactly. This is
difficult
what happens. It's not like Amaz has any huge threats on the board. It's just a lot of little things that are poking away at Gnimsh until he falls over.
until death ensues. Yeah, and, and even if you play as Grom, there's humility. You gotta follow the rules. This is not fair. This is
Mhm.
absolutely unfair. Oh, Gnimsh. But I mean, he's gonna at least try to make a stand for this. Yeah, definitely. He's gonna. I assume he's gonna put down the Sledge Belcher eventually. Maybe even execute Lotheb to at least have a chance of establishing some kind of board presence that might make him come back in the game.
Lotheb faces your own Lotheb.
No, just execute Lotheb and play Sledge.
I mean, a Belcher and then
Yeah.
faces your own Belcher could have been
Well, I
a
guess you could have,
choice,
but
but
you could get more value out of a Tyrion or an enemy
yeah.
Sylvanas, for instance. Yeah. So he opts for Sylvanas, which right now is not looking very appealing to me. Yeah. Well, Iron Cal
He'll just
says
get silenced.
hoot hoot. Yep, the hoot hoot is real. Everybody hail the hoot. Yeah, that's a hoot time, and sounds like Aldor will be taking a hit for the team, taking out Sylvanas, which even though she had no time for games, didn't even get to play one. It's kind of sad. And she
Oh,
comes back on the other side, the
what do you think about
traitor.
Amaz playing his Sylvanas right now?
Well, why not pressure? I mean, it's a big body, deals damage. What is he scared of, really? I mean, Faceless could make this. I mean, Definitive Argus has been seen as tech cards in Warrior, but not really that much in these kind of tournaments where the games nowadays just go into full control. So you generally don't
Hmm.
see them. But that could have been fun with Sylvanas. That
Yeah,
could have
but
really been a decent
faces
option.
and Sylvanas could change this game. Doubtful, but I mean,
There's a possibility, yes. Actually, yeah, you're right.
if
Because right
Gnimsh
now his
somehow finds a
Sylvanas,
way to get his Sylvanas to steal Amaz's Sylvanas, and then
I,
have that Sylvanas steal something else big.
I think I see it with the Wild Pyromancer play. There's a definite possibility. Like he weakens his own Sylvanas, then manages to get his own Sylvanas weakened enough that it dies to the Wild Pyro. Do you see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's definitely like he can guarantee a steal on Sylvanas right now if he wants to. But he might just go face.
I don't think he can do it at this point after those trades he just made.
Yeah, he's not interested in it apparently. Well, his Sylvanas
I'll
triggers
just
first, stealing the 1/6, potentially giving Gnimsh the 3/2, right?
hmm or even the 1/1.
Okay.
How did
Well,
you
it
know
doesn't
he's
really
actually?
matter.
Oh yeah, there were two 3/2s. That's actually
Yeah,
good.
I took the odds
I
here.
was
I'm
gonna
like a
say,
three
how'd you
two.
know?
I'm just taking the odds here. I'm like, there's two 3/2s. The odds are good in my favor. All right, I'm gonna bet on this. If it looks
And
good,
lay
then
on
all the better.
hands on his own Sludge Belcher.
Uh, well, that's really good actually. Replenishes his
Wow.
hand. It secures the lead very heavily.
So Moz seems to be running not only an owl but a spellbreaker.
Yeah,
It just I guess that goes to show how important silences are in this game with
they have become
everything that's going
important.
on
He
with
can
this
silence
meta.
his own Alex Straza next turn and just go hit for 8.
Yeah.
Deny the own Aldor that he played himself. Although BGH will, chump on it. It's still a pretty decent play, I'd say. All right, now Gnimsh is forced to play the Fire War Axe to remove the Sludge Belcher, but now the card
Mhm.
disadvantage is incredible. I can't see. Well, there's a
So let's see,
possibility,
8,
I guess.
9,
Unstable
10,
Ghoul.
11 plus 2. He can do 13 damage this turn.
Yeah, which will.
Wait,
Ooh.
with his. Hold on, let's think this through. If he uses True Silver Champion, silences his own guy.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's
8, 9, 10, 11 plus 4,
yeah, that's almost. He's on 2 health at the end of that sequence, I believe.
15. Yeah, and then he'll have. Oh,
Ain't nobody
he doesn't
care
have an
for that.
Alexstrasza. I think he should have done that.
Yeah, maybe he
With his
didn't see
Sludge
the
Belcher
play.
gone, I think Amaz missed the fact that he could have silenced his own Alexstrasza there.
He wants to keep safe from BGH. There's always that possibility, and wants to whittle away the enemy's health.
But being at 2 health in Gnimsh's position, when you have not only a Consecrate in hand, but a
Yeah,
True Silver Champion,
yeah, I
I
know. I'm
don't
just
think.
trying to make excuses. He just didn't see it. Okay. Shh. No, maybe he saw it for all I know. But I think it would have been a good play. Oh, shield block. That's a nice pickup at this point.
That'll be a good help here.
Yeah, as long as the Maz. Well, I mean, he's got equality in 2 Wild Power Masters. Let's be realistic.
So, what does Gnimsh need in order to come back from this game?
I can't even think of anything. I mean, a self-replicating Sludge Belcher would do it, but I don't think that's in the game.
Kel'Thuzad with unlimited Sludge Belchers?
Oh. You might have hit something there. Does he play Kel'Thuzad? I don't believe so. Come on, Amaz.
I don't
See it.
think so.
Spellbreaker, Alex. Go. Please. Do it. Oh, you're not.
I think Maz wants to put on the show with Ysera. Ysera's just
Look
a
at
fun
my
card to
golden
play.
drag. I've got a golden drag and you don't. Oh, that will definitely spark some imagination. 5 damage to the face. I could see that. Lotheb?
I just realized, is Maz running completely golden decks?
Mm-hmm. I
Wow,
got money in the
fancy.
bank. Yep. Wow,
Okay, he has to see
BGH.
lethal here. Please, 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 Sounds Young. Oh, well, he could True
Oh,
Silver Champion him down.
could he?
Could he?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 4, 5.
Before.
Yeah, that's lethal. God damn it. Come on, do it stylish. Go, make that
I
dragon
wanted to
big.
see the silence. Come on, do it.
Oh, Amaz.
Oh.
I are disappoint. Nice lethal though. All right, well that was a good game for both players. Amaz ultimately taking it up. We kind of expected it honestly going into this game knowing that Paladin had a really really good matchup. We were
Mhm.
just talking about it before they selected their class.